Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nasrawati. I will read the summary for the mid-test of the language testing course. The first, introduction to the course. Language testing course. This course will cover the concept, principle, and practices of language testing to effectively and fairly assess a person's language ability. We will learn the basics of language testing, such as validity, reliability, and practicality, as well as different types of language tests, including achievement tests, proficiency tests, progress tests, and achievement tests. We will learn to design valid, reliable, and practical language tests while understanding the principle of ethics, fairness, objectivity, and transparency in language testing. In addition, we will understand the concept of standard-based assessment or SPA and its application in language assessment, and will also cover various topics including language testing concept and principles, language test design, standard-based assessment or SBA, standardized testing, assessing speaking, reading, writing, and listening skills, classroom assessment, grading, and evaluation. The second, assessment concept and issues. Assessment in education is a broader concept than testing. Assessment involves continuous evaluation of students' abilities and progress and provides informative feedback, whereas testing is a structured method of measuring students' knowledge and skills at a given point in time. Different types of assessment, such as achievement, diagnostic, placement, proficiency, and aptitude tests, are designed for specific purposes. The evolution of language assessment has shifted from a behavioristic approach focused on isolated grammar skills towards a communicative approach that emphasizes language use in real-world contexts. Alternative assessment, such as portfolios, journals, and direct observation, provide a holistic understanding of student abilities, measurement, and evaluation, which involve quantitative data collection and qualitative interpretation, play an important role in assessing student progress. Effective assessment not only measures learning outcomes but also guides and improves the learning process. In addition, there are various other types of assessment, including informal, formal, formative, summative, norm referent, criterion referent, adaptive, and authentic. Finally, technology plays an important role in modernizing assessment with the use of computer adaptive tests, authentic assessment, and interactive tools. The third, principles of language assessment. Language assessment is a way of understanding a person's language ability involving the collection and analysis of data to determine levels of ability in different aspects of language. The goal is to understand how well a person can use language in various contexts. A valid, practical, reliable, authentic, and transparent language assessment ensures that measurements are accurate, easy to conduct, consistent, reflect real-world language use, provide useful information to participants, and have clear procedures. Language assessment is important for students in developing skills, identifying areas for improvement, obtaining feedback, and achieving learning goals. Assessment design should take into account the culture, language, and educational background of participants, ensuring fairness and opportunity for all. Language assessment should be integrated with the learning process to guide and improve learning. For designing classroom language tests, the design of classroom language tests aim to measure learning progress, identify students' strengths and weaknesses, and provide valuable information for teachers. Effective tests must be valid and reliable with clear goals and objectives For example, measuring vocabulary comprehension or speaking ability. Type of tests include language ability, proficiency, placement, diagnostic, and achievement tests. Good test construction requires clear objectives, detailed specification, type of question, number of question, timing. Easy to understand text and effective multiple choice items. Creating an effective test requires careful planning, choosing the right type of the of test based on learning objectives and student ability and meaningful and accurate assessment, not just numbers. A well-designed test will be an effective tool to help students learn and develop. The fifth, standard-based assessment. Standard-based assessment, or SBA, is an assessment philosophy that focuses on student achievement of competency standards rather than relative comparisons. In contrast to traditional approaches, SBA provides a clear and measurable picture of student understanding. SBA is supported by Standard-Based Education (SBE), which design curriculum to ensure all students achieve standards, emphasizing deep understanding. ESL standards are designed specifically for second language students, taking into account cultural backgrounds and language acquisition levels. The purpose of SBA is to provide a clear picture of student learning achievement, increase accountability, and help monitor progress. Good SBA standards should be specific, measurable, relevant, affordable, and transparent. Implementing SBA requires teacher training, valid and reliable assessment instruments, and effective reporting systems taking into account the ethics of assessment and fairness. Implementation challenges include technical, philosophical, and cultural aspects requiring a change in mindset. By overcoming these challenges, SBA can improve the quality of education and provide meaningful feedback for students and teachers. And the last, standardized testing. Standardized tests occur in the same way for all participants and aim to ensure fairness and accurate comparison of results. Advantages include common standard, fairness and objectivity, and efficiency in math assessment. Examples include language proficiency tests, TOEFL, IELTS, PT academic, PhilEP academic tests, achievement tests, or national exams, and psychological tests, all talk efficient and practical as well as touch and reliable. Standardized tests have disadvantages such as the potential for misses, bias, false impression of truth, pressure and anxiety on participants, and lack of flexibility. The creation of a standardized test involves defining goals and objectives, designing detailed test specification, designing, selecting, and compiling these items, evaluating items to ensure clarity, fairness, and reliability, and determine how to score and report. While useful standardized tests are only one part of a broader assessment process, comprehensive assessment also considers various aspects of an individual's abilities and potential, including classroom work and assessment.